everyonesave. Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
Pardon our dust there, folks. We're building the Field of Dreams.
While University of Maryland Eastern Shore's baseball fields undergo renovations, the Hawks will share the nest with the Shorebirds at Purdue Stadium. For the first time, fans can purchase season tickets to all 25 home games at Purdue Stadium for only $75. The home opener is Saturday with a doubleheader against Lafayette starting at noon. Get your tickets at umestickets.com.
The Eastern Shore is a perfect place to visit year-round. A gem hidden on the lower shore is the Henson, located in the heart of Princess Anne on the picturesque campus of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Henson is the perfect choice for campus visits, business trips, reunions, meetings, and relaxing getaways. Check into the Henson and we'll take care of the rest. Book online at umes.edu/Henson.
Committed to serving you even better. McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center in Princess Anne. Stop by when you need us and experience our expanded services, including 3D mammography for advanced early detection of breast cancer. Conveniently located next to Food Line in Princess Anne and open 7 days a week from 10 to 8. Most insurance plans are accepted and no appointments are needed at McCready Health Immediate Care and Imaging Center. McCready Health, with you for life.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back on the Hawk halftime show, Maryland Eastern Shore trailing Norfolk State 36-27 on homecoming. Hawks still got a shot in this one. The Hawk men will tip at approximately 4 o'clock or whenever the women's game ends. Whenever that game ends at half an hour, Eastern Shore hosting Norfolk State in their homecoming showdown. The Hawks, all but one of their wins have come inside this building this year. Bobby Collins' crew trying to win on homecoming for the first time in his tenure. And they'll get their shot against a really balanced Norfolk State attack. For now, let's take a look at what's happening around the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. The women's game's in action right now. We got live stats for just one of them. And, well, let's see. You have first place Bethune-Cookman hosting last place Savannah State. What could happen, right? Well, just what I expected. Halftime, and Bethune-Cookman is up 38-18. The Lady Wildcats just 3 games away from completing an undefeated run through the MEAC. Last year, they were 15-1 in the regular season. Their only loss to Maryland Eastern Shore. Other games going on right now. South Carolina State hosting North Carolina Central. Howard's got Dell State in town. And later on this afternoon, Morgan State visits Hampton and NC-A&T visits Florida A&M as the Aggies try and keep pace atop the standings. MEAC standings right as of this moment. Bethune-Cookman undefeated at 13-0. A&T's 12-1, just 1 game back. Hampton in third, they're at 10-4. Norfolk State's 9-4, just a half game back of third place. Remember, the top 3 teams all get the first round bye. Morgan State's in fifth at 7-6. Howard at 6-7. And then in 7th place is Maryland Eastern Shore, 6-8 in conference play. Half game up on 8th place North Carolina Central. 1 game up on 9th place Coppin State. So the Hawks could finish pretty much as low as 9th, but they might have a shot. If Howard loses a couple and Morgan loses a couple, they could finish as high as 5th. 5th through 9th. That's where Maryland Eastern Shore can realistically finish in the MEAC. Tournament starts in just a couple of weeks, less than a couple of weeks, about a week and a half, even less than that. Add a week and a couple of days, and that's when the MEAC tournament starts. Scope Arena in Norfolk, Eastern Shore, trying to pull off the stunner as the mid-seed and win their first ever MEAC tournament. Go to what would there be their first ever NCAA tournament. Let's take one last break. When we come back, second half action. Eastern Shore down 9 within striking distance on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Caterers.
Setting up.
DJ.
Spinning oldies all night.
Gift.
Their favorite jazz album, signed.
Total party cost.
$550. Just send me your half with Zelle.
Oh, Zelle. That's already in my Wells Fargo mobile app. Sending money now.
Great. Mom and Dad's 25th anniversary is going to be perfect.
Send and receive money from just about anyone with a U.S.-based bank account. Wells Fargo, building better every day. Terms and conditions apply. The Zelle service is property of Early Warning Services, LLC, Wells Fargo Bank, N.A.
If this were just any door, and this were just any ignition connected to just any transmission in just any vehicle, then perhaps it would be okay to buy it from just anyone. But this is not just any car. It's a certified pre-owned Mercedes-Benz. Every detail has been inspected and road tested by highly skilled Mercedes-Benz technicians. And it's all backed by an unlimited mileage warranty for up to 5 years, which makes the decision of where to buy one simple. Your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer. The certified pre-owned sales event going on now through February 28th. Come in today and take advantage of 2 years of complimentary prepaid maintenance and special financing offers available through Mercedes-Benz Financial Services. Because in the end, it's absolute confidence in genuine Mercedes-Benz parts, or it isn't. It's either Mercedes-Benz certified pre-owned, or it isn't.
See your authorized Mercedes-Benz dealer for complete details and limitations on certified pre-owned warranties.
It's buy one, get one at your local CVS pharmacy, where it's easy to find the essentials you need and the hot deals you want. Need one good reason to shop this week? How about two? Buy one, get one free on select CVS Health, Nature Made, and Nature's Bounty vitamins. Plus, buy one, get one free on all CVS batteries. Restrictions apply. See circular or cvs.com/weekly ad for details. Feel good? Save money at your neighborhood CVS pharmacy.
This is Maryland Eastern Shore basketball from SFMSports.net.
Back for third quarter action from the Heights Center. Norfolk State leading Maryland Eastern Shore 36-27 halfway through the ball game. Men's top 25 scores. Tennessee's about to beat Ole Miss on the road. Wichita State leads SMU 37-35 in Texas at halftime. Number 3 Villanova leading Creighton 29-27 in Omaha about 7 minutes ago in the first half. Michigan a winner 85-61 at Maryland earlier today. Later tonight, Clemson hosts Georgia Tech. Number 1 Virginia's at Pitt. Texas Tech hosts Kansas. 6-8 matchup. That's going to decide the Big 12, basically. West Virginia's got Iowa State in town. St. Mary's has Santa Clara in town. Duke's hosting Syracuse. Yada, yada, yada. West Coast games. And this one that's turning into more of a rout. Last week checked. Feds 17. Rest of college basketball, nothing. How did that one pop up? Norfolk State will have possession of the basketball as we come out of halftime. The Spartans move left to right in the second half. The green uniforms with the gold letters and trim, and they walk it over the timeline to begin the third quarter. Gabby Swinson controls from the right wing. Now it's Long around the horn to Raven Russell on the left wing. Now it's Long again right of center. Long's got the 2 fouls, the only player in any remote foul trouble for either side. Roberts out to Russell, circles up left baseliner, pass deflected, pinballs to Gil Miles, and the Hawks come up with a steal. First turnover of the quarter for Norfolk State. Eaton glides across the timeline right to left for the Hawks in this half. Starters for the Hawks as well. Byram, Eaton, Gil Miles, Smith, and Hicks. Cece Byram biding her time in the backcourt, pacing right to left. Hicks, Byram, back to Hicks again on the right wing. Hicks slithers in. Her float shot blocked by Croker. Long arms from D. Croker. And Norfolk State survives again defensively. Spartan basketball. It's Russell on the left wing. Russell looking. Dumps it off for Long. Long left of center on the perimeter. Steps up. Shoots it over Byram. Push it just to the left. And swooping in for the rebound, Croker. She's got 10. Fresh 30 for Green. Russell left open on the left wing. Spots up from 3. Rattles out. Long pulls out another offensive rebound. And a third chance coming up for Norfolk State. Russell dekes in and out against Hicks. Now pass it to Swinson. Swinson works it down low. Croker juggles to herself and steps over the line. Croker tried to control it. Ended up straddling over the line. She had the ball standing out of bounds. That's about as easy call as you're going to get. Hawk basketball, Byram over the big maroon M. Eastern Shore cooled off in the final 5 minutes of the second quarter. Jordan Smith now at the left elbow. Her shot doesn't get the bounce off the back iron. It's hauled in by Roberts. Swinson serpentining into the front court for NSU. Swinson chest pass to Roberts in the left channel. Roberts nearly traveled that time. Works it back to Swinson. Around the horn to Long. Long out to Roberts on the right wing. Flicks it in to Croker. Back out for Russell. Left wing for 3. Got it. Fantastic ball movement from Norfolk State. Everybody touched it on the right side. Lulled the defense asleep, and Russell's able to make it from the left. 39-27, Eastern Shore down. Now Alexis Hicks with the answer. Hicks from the right wing, nothing but net. Alexis with her first tray, 39-30. Norfolk State leads. 2 minutes gone by in the third quarter. Swinson has it for NSU. Now it's long. Floats it down low for Roberts, who juggles it to herself, and she travels, trying to stay over the end line. Some risky passes down low by Norfolk State. They're awfully trusting of their bigs. Part of the reason why the Hawks have so many turnovers forced. Now they left Hicks open on the right corner, and Alexis Hicks starting to heat up. Catch and shoot. Tickles the twine again. Back-to-back trays for the senior from Raleigh. 39-33. Hawks within 6, as close as they've been since the early get-go of this game. Swinson, stutter steps in, and her teardrop off the front of the iron. Chases down her own rebound, and NSU with another offensive chance. Roberts left wing. Russell open for 3. Well short. Gets her own rebound. Russell left baseline. Contact down. No whistle. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Green, as Gil Miles got into muck up the gutters, forcing a turnover. Swinson will take a breather, and into the game comes the freshman Armani Franklin. Franklin, quite the athletic pedigree in her family. Cousin of Marquez Hagens, former 5th-round pick by the St. Louis Rams. He's the wide receivers coach at Virginia now. Her aunts, Connie Matthews and Barbara Watford, all played at VCU. Cece Byram in on the left seam. Can't get the angle. The long arms of Croker interfering that time. Here comes Russell pushing it left to right into the front court. Eaton jumps to flex it. Roberts snags it left baseline. Spins. Cut off. Back out to Russell, and Russell mauled Eaton and Gil Miles. And Gil Miles getting right in the face of Russell now, and some more jarring coming from the freshman. Officials separating the two. Some hard-nosed basketball, and tempers flaring on the left wing. The officials trying to sort this one out, and they'll head back to their respective corners. Carolyn Allen, Alicia Walker, Tammy Holman, the 3 officials in this game. And if it sounds familiar, there's a reason why. Barisha Gil Miles in the middle of a scrum. She plays with one speed and one intensity, and sometimes that can get her into trouble. Gil Miles sort of reaching around, and Russell wasn't even facing her, and she sort of wrapped and did some trash talking into her right cheek. Eaton also got tangled up there, but Eaton seemed to get pushed by Russell. It seems like Gil Miles was retaliating against what happened to her teammate Eaton. They're signaling 4 to the bench. A push. And now they're going to call the 2 officials together. Fred Bachelor for the Hawks, Larry Vickers for the Spartans. Vickers, former assistant on the Norfolk State men's team as well. Associate head coach for 3 of those seasons. He was on staff of that Norfolk State team that beat Missouri 2012, the 15-2 upset. Former walk-on at Norfolk State. He stands 6'9", and yeah, he's probably the tallest coach in the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference. They're going to go to the monitor right now to determine what to do about this. So we'll tell you some more about Larry Vickers. With Vickers on staff, the Norfolk State men went to 5 Division I postseasons, 3 of them CITs, the NIT in 2013 as the regular season conference champs, and then in 2012 the NCAA tournament as they were MEAC tournament champions, one of the 15-2 upsets. And how about this as a point of pride for the Mid-Eastern Athletic Conference in men's basketball? There have been 8 all-time upsets of a 15-2 seed. The MEAC's been involved in 3 of them. Coppin State 97 over South Carolina. Hampton 01 over Iowa State. Bobby Collins and Ed Huckabee on staff for Steve Murfeld's Pirates that year. And then 6 years ago, Norfolk State over Missouri. The officials at the monitor, again, if you're just joining us, trying to determine what sort of foul should be assessed against Barisha Gil Miles, most likely, as she got caught jarring with Raven Russell on the perimeter. Russell pushing Eaton after a hard foul, and Gil Miles getting in to defend her teammate. The officials trying to determine what sort of extracurricular fouls will go against either side, if any. It comes to the 6:43 mark of the third quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore trailing Norfolk State 39-33. That booming voice you're hearing, by the way, one of the more famous sports personalities of the Eastern Shore, Pat Doty. He's the current public address announcer for the Charlotte Hornets from Pocomoke City. It's a shame Dave Bird, our color commentator, is off on assignment today. Dave Bird taught Pat Doty everything he needed to know about announcing, about PA announcing. The story that Pat always tells when he comes back here is that Coach Bird called him into the office one day and said, this is my best Dave Bird, "Hey, look, son, you finished growing tall ways and you're starting to grow horizontally, so I think you need to find something more to do." So he did. He got into PA announcing. I think that's how my career began. Of course, mine was much, much earlier. It was after really 6th grade baseball. Once that ball started moving, it's just impossible to hit. Anyway, Pat Doty ended up being the arena voice of the Hawks here at the Heights Center from 2000 to 2004. Current in-stadium voice for the Charlotte Hornets. If you go to a game in Charlotte at the Spectrum Center, you're going to hear Pat Doty's voice, Pocomoke City's own, and we're certainly glad to have him back. The Hornets are back in action tomorrow afternoon, but he is here for homecoming as our special guest PA voice.
Fans also, you are reminded that
Charlotte, by the way, hosting the Detroit Pistons tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
During halftime, that's the
and they're still at the monitor trying to figure things out here. And
it is located by the entrance inside the arena.
And the officials, I mean, they do have to sort this out, but thinking about the way that it just slows down the game, and we've been sort of off action for almost over 5 minutes now, and there's got to be a way to
also, fans, we have
sort of limit the time. I seem to remember in the early days of the NFL Challenge and instant replay, there was a time limit, and if you couldn't figure out what to do after a certain amount of time, then they would just let the call stand as called. But that's not the case here. And we have come to a grinding halt in this game. Again, to reset, 6:43 to play in the third quarter. Norfolk State leads Maryland Eastern Shore 39-33. All right, they're calling the two coaches over to the bench right now. It seems they have all of this sorted out. And I'm sure Pat Doty will have the announcement to make once they tell him about the situation. We can only guess, as we don't really have one of those long-range microphones from over here.
Common foul, charge number 4. For the Lady Hawks, that's her first and the team's first.
Okay.
The last play was under review. We'll have the results of the review in just a moment.
Okay, I didn't catch that either. Sounds like a New York City subway right now. Whatever the case, Risha Miles has some sort of foul on her. It's a common foul. And they're still explaining things. Little Fred Bachelor has already left the meeting. Gone over and discussed. Now, Sidney Rakes clapping his team out. Byram, Hicks, Eaton, and Smith all on the floor for Maryland Eastern Shore. Barisha Gill-Miles is not. She's standing near the bench. Then Angelique Taylor, it appears, is about to come in for Maryland Eastern Shore.
At the review, it has been determined that an unsportsmanlike charged of Raven Russell, number 1 for Norfolk State.
An unsportsmanlike foul against Raven Russell of Norfolk State. That's the call. As Russell seemed to be the instigator. Remember, she was the one who pushed Eaton. It puts Siani Byram on the free throw line. So now a technical foul shot, at least one, coming for Byram, who's a 72% foul shooter, tops on the team. And she shanks it short. So after the long break, Byram perhaps ran into a bit of coolness. Misses the first free throw, trying to salvage the last one, and she does not. It lips out. Byram misses the 2, and after all that, Norfolk State still has a 6-point lead. Okay, so common foul against Barisha Gill-Miles, unsportsmanlike foul against Raven Russell, and Eastern Shore has the basketball.
Here
Hawks down 6, looking for a bucket. Those would have been some massive free throws for Eastern Shore. They would be within 4 if she makes them both. Martha Thompson on the right wing for Eastern Shore, and her pass kneed towards the timeline by Kayla Roberts, who shrugs. It's like, oh, what? No one's going to go after and get that? Eaton dancing around middle of the paint. Jump steps left side, up and under for the right side, and she attacks and in. Kiara Eaton with her first field goal, and the Hawks have it within 4, 39-35. Eastern Shore down, 6 and change to play in the third quarter. Raven Russell, right wing for Green, after her unsportsmanlike, still in. Armani Franklin cuts in top of the circle, back out for Long. Three-pointer from the right wing, leaves it strong, and that rebound juggled out of bounds. Last touch by Green. It's going Maryland Eastern Shore's way. Norfolk State scored 29 points in the first quarter. Since then, almost a quarter and a half later, they have just 10 more. And now Alexis Hicks from their right wing, her line drive way too strong, and they'll get Jordan Smith for the over-the-back rebound. That's tough to do over a 6'3 player in D. Croker, but they got Smith for it anyway. Second foul against Eastern Shore in this third quarter.
That's Jordan Smith for your lady.
Norfolk State desperate for an answer right here. Larry Vickers feels this thing slipping away from him. This is Franklin with control in the backcourt for NSU. Franklin's the left wing, stops her dribble, chest pass into Roberts' left elbow, and she flings it back out to Long. Long with 10 to shoot. Long into Russell on the right elbow. Russell cuts across the free throw line. Now it's out to Long. Left baseline, she drives. Blocked from behind. That was Martha Thompson with the long arms. Thompson stands at 5'9", pretty tall for a guard, at least the tallest guard Maryland Eastern Shore has. NSU ball, but with 5 to shoot. Franklin to inbound for the Spartans. Looking, still looking. Just hands it off inside to Croker. Croker with 2 to shoot. Back out for Roberts. Roberts just gets it off of the gun. Off the backboard, off the rim, and into the hands of CeCe Byram. Byram trotting into the front court for the Hawks. One possession game if they make a bucket here. Here's Thompson cutting in right side of the paint. Stops and pops 10 foot. Yes, Martha Thompson. A 2-point basketball game. 39-37. NSU's lead, which was at 18, down to a skinny little bucket. Halfway through the third quarter. Eastern Shore starting to get the momentum. The crowd, more of them arriving, and they're sensing the moment as well. At least they're about to. Franklin top of the circle for NSU. To Long. Long left baseline, stops up from 12 foot, rims out. Eaton trying to chase down the rebound. She can't save it in. She falls into the stanchion out of bounds. NSU basketball when we come back. 4:44 to play in the third quarter. Your score: Norfolk State 39, Maryland Eastern Shore 37 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Training is about more than muscle. It's about inner strength. So I push myself. That's why I serve in the United States Coast Guard.
Oh, you're
I train with
I'm the new sprinter.
A team that shares my drive and commitment. We collect intelligence, guard our shores against drug smugglers, and keep our waterways safe. Because our nation expects more. Discover a future that exceeds your expectations. Learn more at GoCoastGuard.com.
Do you need a break, a getaway? Plan a visit to Hyatt Place Dewey Beach in Delaware. Lay back, relax with your toes in the sand, and unwind to the sounds of the ocean. Please your palate with a delicious meal at Cape Hossa Restaurant on the bay while taking in the sights of a beautiful sunset. It's time to get away and make that getaway to the Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. Call 302-864-9100 or visit HyattPlaceDeweyBeach.com. Make a lifetime of memories in your own backyard at Hyatt Place Dewey Beach. That's Hyatt Place Dewey Beach on Facebook and Instagram.
Back in Princess Anne, 4:44 to play in the third quarter. Maryland Eastern Shore, which in the first quarter found themselves down 18 points, has it within one possession. 39-37, Norfolk State in the lead. Since the first quarter when the Spartans shot 12 of 18, they are 4 of 16 from the floor. And they'll have possession of the basketball, trying to stretch it back to 2 possessions. Underneath her own basket, it'll be Gabrielle Swinson to inbound. Swinson, the starting point guard, back in. Close into Dawkins. Kendria Dawkins back into the game for NSU. Now it's Franklin top of the circle. Franklin staring down a zone defense from Maryland Eastern Shore. Looks like a bit of a floating 2-3 to 3-2. Into the left left corner for Swinson. Swinson nonchalantly walks it out. Hicks marking her on the left wing. Swinson jabs in. Now back out to Dawkins. Straight away for three. Short. Swinson boxes out for the rebound, and she's checked from behind as Jordan Smith knocks her hard to the floor. Second foul against Jordan Smith. First Hawk in remote foul trouble. 4:19 in the third quarter. 2 fouls. That ain't much of a big deal at all. Franklin checks out, and Zaria West back into the game for Green. Out for Dawkins on the perimeter. Jump pass down low for Swinson out to West. Now Swinson left corner. Finds West left wing. Spots up from three. Lips out. It was halfway down. Ball's on the court. Chased down by Kayla Roberts. And Martha Thompson chases it. Flicks it over our heads. Hi, Martha. Nice hustle. She's right to the scorer's table. Nice catch, sir. You got any eligibility left? Guess not. Oh, entire life flashing before my eyes that time. Lots and lots of squeaky shoes. NSU basketball. Swinson, overhead pass down low for Dawkins, and Dawkins shuffles her feet. Dawkins facing a double team from Eastern Shore. A couple of Hawks swooping over her, shuffles her feet before the layup attempt. And Eastern Shore forces another turnover. Swinson out, Yasmin Hanna in. Eastern Shore can tie with a 2, lead with a 3, and who would have thought that after a blazing first quarter from the Spartans? And now they're going to get the Hawks for over the back. They say Byram was over the timeline when she passed it back to Hicks, who was behind the timeline. And now Eastern Shore, an unforced error, gives it right back to NSU. A break for the Spartans. They'll try and capitalize. Well's been empty for him after the last couple of draws. Here's West on the left wing. Hands it off back for Hanna. Now it's Roberts top of the circle. Hanna on the left wing. Floats it down low for Dawkins. Faces another double team left baseline. Turnaround skyhook. Leaves it off the front of the iron. Rebound juggled around, and Hicks able to corral it in. Alexis Hicks facing a double team. Splits a couple of defenders. Serpentining into the front court. Leading pass for Eaton on the left channel. Eaton circles that free throw line. Byram. It's Hicks on the left wing again. Alexis sits back and pumps the brakes. They'll work it into Jordan Smith to the free throw line. Double team. Out for Kiara Eaton. Driving in right baseline. Eaton jump step. Off the glass and good. Kiara Eaton ties the game. For the first time since we were scoreless, 39-39, the Hawks have closed the gap. Under 3 to play in the third quarter. All Maryland Eastern Shore in this third. Here's West on the left channel for NSU. Back out the long, and West again. West, overhead pass into Dawkins. Dawkins pushing off against Smith. No call. Flicks it up and in. Trey Dawkins with the answer. 41-39. Norfolk State leads again. 2 and change to play in the third. Here's Hicks, fakes a pass into the right corner. Jabs in and out on the right wing. Now it's Eaton around the horn. Byram left corner for 3. Just a touch strong, and elevating for the rebounds long. Massive bucket if she makes it. Would have given the Hawks the lead. West dancing around the left wing for NSU. Now it's long, left to center, out to Dawkins. Dawkins thinking about stepping back instead. Pumps it to West, cross court to the left corner. West facing a bit of a double team. Back out for Dawkins on a rainbow. Dawkins looking in for West. Too strong, just able to save it in front of the Larry Vickers on the bench. Now 7 to shoot. West, contested left wing 3. Got it. Soraya West. A hand in her face. Norfolk State could not penetrate in. Instead, they'll step out and they get the bucket. Now Martha Thompson in the right corner looking for an answer for the Shore. Up and under, her layup off the glass and good. Martha Thompson with an easy right baseline move. 44-41. Hawks back within 3. 100 seconds to play in the third quarter. Here's West. Wandering into the front court. Now it's long into the right corner. Back up for Roberts. Right wing. Cuts in for NSU. Back out to long. Right corner for 3. Too strong. Perfectly positioned West for the rebound. Fresh 30 for the Spartans. Now West blocked 18 feet by Thompson. But Thompson with the late body check. All ball on the initial block. But Thompson couldn't rein her body in. And it turns into a shooting foul. And it'll put Zaria West on the free throw line. Second foul against Thompson. A tough break. Fourth foul against the Hawks. Smith, Hicks, and Eaton check out for the Hawks. Into the game, Regine Martin, Tori Morris, and Barisha Gill-Miles. Oh, that foul's on the floor against Maryland Eastern Shore. No free throws coming up. Long, and at the left baseline, stops on a dime and cannot keep the toe from dragging. Another travel and another Norfolk State giveaway. Eastern Shore basketball, still down a possession. C.C. Byram, right to left over the timeline. Martin back to Byram. No look fling to Gil Miles, right wing. Chest pass up to Byram. Around the horn to Thompson. Thompson looking for the left baseline. Cut off on defense. Now it's Byram right of center. Around the horn to Gil Miles. Back out to Cece. 10 to shoot. Byram. Martin on the left wing. She'll drive baseline around. Russell gets around another defender. And Regine Martin exploding forward for the layup. 44-43. The Hawks make it a one-point game again. 45 seconds to play in the third quarter. Norfolk State basketball. Here's West top of the circle. West threads it inside for Long, cuts across the paint, hands it off for Dawkins, reverse layup, got it. Great ball moving inside by Norfolk State to crack the zone. 46-43 Spartans, 30 seconds to play in the third. C.C. Byram dancing in, finds a seam, kicks out to Regine Martin. Martin, right of the paint, floats a pass out for Thompson, left wing. Thompson zigzags in, kicks it back out to Byram on the left corner. Byram out to Gil Miles. Buns to Byram. Rainbow to Thompson. That's Martin on the left sideline. Regine dancing around with 8 to shoot. Screen set by Gil Miles. Martin out to Byram. 5 to shoot. CC left side. Teardrop. Too strong. Rebound flicked out by Roberts into the hands of Long for Green. Now it's Dawkins left baseline. Shot over Martin. Good. And that's the third quarter. Norfolk State with an answer over the final minute. Hawks had tied it. NSU back up. 48-43. 30 minutes down. 10 to go from the Heitch. Y'all come back now, you hear? We got the fourth quarter next on the Shore Sports Network and SFMsports.net.
Pivot Physical Therapy is the leading provider of physical therapy and sports medicine services in the Mid-Atlantic region, with over 270 clinic locations and providing sports medicine services to over 120 youth, scholastic, collegiate, and professional programs. Pivot Physical Therapy is in your backyard with locations in Salisbury, Berlin, Cambridge, Easton, and Seaford. Pivot Physical Therapy and Pivot Sports Medicine is a proud partner of the University of Maryland Eastern Shore, providing athletic training and physical therapy care to your Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks.
Hawks fans, improving reliability with new technology and upgrades is only part of Delmarva Power's commitment to customers. They're also helping customers save money and energy with tips, tools, and programs that can help everyone reduce monthly bills. Just visit delmarva.com/everyonesaves for more. That's delmarva.com/everyonesaves. Delmarva Power, proud sponsor of Maryland Eastern Shore Athletics.
Take Hawks basketball with you anywhere. Get the SFM Go app in the Google Play or iTunes Store and stream on SFM Sports Channel 2.
Fourth quarter action from the Heitch. Maryland Eastern Shore trailing Norfolk State 48-43. Hawk basketball. C.C. Byram staring down her man. Tap the circle. Scoops out to Martha Thompson, left corner. Thompson cutting in. Back door to Tori Morris. Morris backing down her man. Can't get the angle. And Croker swats it back out. Norfolk State basketball. Croker standing tall on defense. Not just the way she stands. She's 6'3". Dawkins on the left wing for NSU. Inside to Croker. Cuts across left side of the paint. Falling away. Left-handed hook shot. Back iron and in. D. Croker with a bucket. Not a top scorer, but she gets her points in fair shares. 3-possession game again for Norfolk State as they survive the Maryland Eastern Shore run. It's 50-43 Spartans, 40 seconds into the fourth quarter. Regine Martin contested 3 left wing halfway down and lips out, and Croker there to chase down the board. Left to right moves Norfolk State, zigzagging in Russell. I got the Dawkins. Now it's Croker from the free throw line, low line drive. That lips out. It was halfway down. Eastern Shore, right to left. This is Byram up the right sideline. CC trying to make something happen. Takes a screen to the left high post. Now cuts in. Back out to Martin. Left corner for 3. Got it. Regine Martin in her sweet spot on the feed from Byram. 50-46. Hawks back within 4. 8 and change to play on homecoming afternoon at the Shore. West on the right wing for NSU. Now right sideline. Long works her way around Gil Miles. Threads it down low for Dawkins. And a foul called as Martha Thompson got some contact on the block attempt. And that'll be foul number 3 against Martha.
Johnson, Lady Hawks 20. That's Martha Thompson.
A rare free throw attempt for either side. Nobody made a free throw in the third quarter. Norfolk State didn't even go. Hawks were 0 for 2. Dawkins is first. Shanks it strong. Jordan Smith, Kier Eaton in. Tori Morris, Cece Byram out. Andrea Dawkins went to Central Arkansas 2 years ago, redshirted and didn't play, then dropped out, went to Shelton State Community College. Her second free throw too strong. Regine Martin able to haul in the rebound. Big elevation for the little Martin. Eastern Shore ball trying to make it a one-possession game again. Here's Martha Thompson on the left channel facing a double team. Flings it out for Eaton. Eaton zigzags right to left. Pass juggle out to Martin. Right corner, her three ball. Back iron, long rebound. Chased down by Long. Green basketball. Here's Russell. Russell straight away. Russell eyeing down Eaton. Chest pass to West on the left wing. Now it's back at the Long left sideline. Martin in her face. Big height advantage for Long. Works her way around. Stops and pops 13 foot off the glass. Didn't get the angle or rebound. Zigzags and pinballs out to Martin. Regine Martin one-on-one against Martin. Steps around. Left-handed layup. Leaves it short. Russell's there for the board. Russell one-handed. Shucks it like Aaron Rodgers to the right baseline. Now Russell. Right post guarded by Smith. Out to Dawkins. Three ball well short. Chasing down her own rebound. But it's picked up instead by Jordan Smith. Hawks looking for the answer now. 50-46. Norfolk State still up. 7.5 to play in quarter number 4. Martha Thompson crosses up West to the left corner. Screen set by Smith. Thompson takes it. Pick and roll. It's Gil Miles. Jump steps middle of the cylinder. Flings the layup to the left. And it's Dawkins there to corral it in. West for Norfolk State. Pumps it down low for Croker. Croker, cross court, left corner. Russell wide open for three, and she got it. Raven Russell, as they fell asleep and later get separation, makes the three. Fred Bachelor takes a timeout. 6:59 to play in the ball game. Eastern Shore trailing Norfolk State 53-46 on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.
Pardon our dust there, folks. We're building a field of dreams.
While University of Maryland Eastern Shore's baseball fields undergo renovations, the Hawks will share the nest with the Shorebirds at Purdue Stadium. For the first time, fans can purchase season tickets to all 25 home games at Purdue Stadium for only $75. The home opener is Saturday with a doubleheader against Lafayette starting at noon. Get your tickets at umestickets.com.
Hello, I'm your waiter Serge. Would you like to hear the specials? Do they include any wings, hot and cold sandwiches, and Smith Island cake? No, you'll have to go to M Street Grill for that.
All right, see ya.
Here you go, man.
Hawks fans, you want to sink your teeth into great food and watch the game, right? Make M Street Grill your new home. It's a sports bar and restaurant conceived by hospitality and tourism management program students and owned by a Hawk alumni. M Street Grill in the Princess Anne University Village, 410-621-5040.
6:59 to play in the fourth quarter from the Heights Center. Norfolk State 53, Maryland Eastern Shore 46. Will DeBoer with you on the Shore Sports Network. Front end of our basketball doubleheader, the final Saturday doubleheader of the season on the Shore Sports Network. Bobby Collins, the Hawk men, will face Norfolk State half an hour after this game ends. A little past 4. Eastern Shore, we're down 18 in the first quarter. Worked it back to a 39-all tie in the third. Norfolk State has stretched the lead ever since. They're back up 7. But it's Hawk basketball after the timeout, which Fred Bachelor initiated after the free ball by Raven Russell. Right to left glides Hicks across the timeline for White. Here's Eaton straight away. Now it's Hicks right channel. Hicks cross-court rainbow to Eaton. Eaton on the left wing to Gil Miles. Around the horn back to Hicks. Hicks in the perimeter. Russell in her face. Hicks retreating. Hands it off to Martha Thompson. Thompson, backdoor cut to Gil Miles, spins to her right, and it's rattling around and in. Wicked spin from Barisha Gil Miles. You can set her up at a carnival, and she'd be the tilt-a-whirl. 53-48. Hawks back within 5, 6 and change to play in the fourth. Croker, right baseline for NSU. Jumps a pass out for Swinson in the left corner. Swinson, big first half, relatively quiet second. Dawkins, overhand pass inside Croker, just inside the free throw line, buries a J. Dee Croker, she's got 7 points, 12 rebounds. Pretty good day for her. 55-48 NSU, 6 even to play in the fourth. Hicks top of the circle for the Shore. Alexis Hicks running things with CeCe Byram on the bench. Martha Thompson left open on the left wing, and her 3 ball just a touch strong. Eaton elevates the board, and the Hawks get a reset on the shot clock. Here's Alexis Hicks on the right wing. Gil Miles, overhand flick back to Hicks. Hicks looking for Gil Miles. Instead, she'll find Thompson. Left wing, cuts in on the seam. Her pass deflected once. It's into the hands of Dawkins for Norfolk State. Here come the Spartans after forcing a rare Hawk turnover. That's just their 9th of the ball game. Swinson sitting on the rock right now. Time's on the side of the Spartans, coming up on 5 minutes to play and a 7-point cushion. Here's Swinson, right wing, stops and pops 17-foot. Didn't get it off the backboard, and it's Gil Miles there to get the carom. Hicks gliding into the front court for the Hawks. Now it's Eaton back out to Hicks, right sideline. Centers up, screen from Buns. Hicks calling for Thompson, who flicks it to her on the left wing. Thompson inside, another deflection. Smith volleys it out, and it's chased down by Swinson. And now it's Dawkins over the big M. Swinson has it. Chased near the timeline. Kiera Eaton nearly hip-checked her back behind the M. Back-to-back unforced errors from Martha Thompson, trying to do too much with it. Reminds you of another green and gold quarterback, of Brett Favre, a gunslinger. Though it goes against Martha Thompson both times. 7 to shoot for Norfolk State. Kayla Roberts steps back. Rainbow into the right corner. Catch and shoot 3. Swirls on in, and it's Raven Russell. A couple of big claps in the hands of Hawk defenders. And the Spartans stretch it back to 10 again. 58-48, 4:18 to play in the ball game. Norfolk State in control. The Hawks need an answer, running out of chances. Martha Thompson. Now it's Eaton, right wing for 3. Too strong, big bounce, deflected out of bounds. Last touched by Croker for Norfolk State. And it'll stay on the Eastern Shore end. CeCe Byram back in. Barisha Gil Miles out. Is it a media timeout? It's not a media timeout. We will stay on the floor.
No timeout.
No timeout at all. So sorry to our friends at the local auto dealer. It's the car store, everybody. You can go buy a car there, hence the name of the car store. 4 to go. Byram around the horn to Eaton in the left corner. Small line for the Hawks, needing some threes now. Eaton tries to thread it inside again. It's on the floor, and a foul issued on the scrum as they'll get Eaton for a kick, flailing her legs too much. So that's 3 straight possessions. Maryland Eastern Shore giving it away. After the timeout by Bachelor. The Bachelor timeout, yeah. The Bachelor timeout was the media timeout. Yeah. It's the MEAC, baby. Fouls against Martha Thompson instead, by the way. That's Thompson the foul, not Eaton. 10-point lead for Norfolk State. They have the ball with 3:41 to play. And now Norfolk State working it down low. Croker, right low post, kicks it out for Long to Swinson. They made a substitution. Dejaneir Dees is into the game for the first time, a senior forward from Albany, New York. Dees has it, backs down her man, little jump step with 2 to shoot, miss it short. Trying to get her own rebound off the floor, and she's tied up down low. A rare jump ball in this game. It's been a cleanly played game in terms of fouls and loose balls and jump balls. There's been a lot of flow to it. Swinson checks out, and Zaria West back in for Norfolk State. The arrow points to NSU, so they have the ball. A full 30 on the shot clock and 3:20 to play, up 58-48. Maryland Eastern Shore needing a rally and really getting down to it now. Fred Bachelor, he's got his hand on his right hip, and he's sort of got his legs leaning on the table like he's a Civil War general. Looks like Joshua Chamberlain from back here. The Hawks getting overwhelmed at their own little bighorn. As a steal, Byram up to Gil Miles. Barisha Gil Miles lays it up left side and in. Gil Miles doing the heavy lifting, playing out of position, getting a long arm in, deflecting it on the perimeter. Byram picked it up, fed her on the breakaway. 58-50, Eastern Shore back with an 8, 2:52 to play. Here's Long for NSU up the left channel, chest pass to Roberts. Roberts cutting in left elbow. Now Croker free throw line, jumps a pass in. It's through the hands of Dees and out of bounds. Eastern Shore basketball, and I believe that's the last we're going to see of Dejaneir Dees. Yes, Raven Russell checking back in.
Raven Russell returns for the
Dees out. Crucial time in the game, and Larry Vickers is not out of the woods just yet. CeCe Byram letting it bounce and bounce right at the Hawk logo, and she's got it. Hicks on the right wing for Eastern Shore. Now it's Eaton. Eaton in the backcourt. Pumps it to Byram on the left wing. Byram cross court to Eaton. Kiki back out to Hicks. Hicks, NBA range straight away for three. Lips off to the left. Gil Miles tried to save the rebound in. Instead, Long swoops, takes it from her, and here comes Roberts left to right for Norfolk State. Let's get into the danger zone for Eastern Shore. Every possession that comes out empty is another lifeline gone. Raven Russell, marked by Hicks, skips it to West on the right wing. Hicks down low for Croker, whatever she is, the tall one. Croker. And it's out of bounds, but it fouls Charles. Look at Jordan Smith for her third foul. Long to inbound for Norfolk State. Croker should be easy to remember. She's green. Croke Park in Ireland is the big national stadium. She's the Croker. Here's Russell, top of the circle. Now it's Long on the right wing. 2 minutes to play from the Heitch Center. Russell on the left wing. Dribbling out. Stops her dribble. Looking. Hicks swarming in her face like butter on toast. Now it's back out to Russell, left wing. Her three ball is an air ball. Eaton with a rebound. Kiki pumps the gas. It's up to Gil Miles. Gil Miles stepping in left post. Missed it strong. Jordan Smith there for the second chance put back. It's right back to Gil Miles, and Gil Miles fouled on the way up. Eastern Shore in desperation, not able to gauge the impact of their shots. Kayla Roberts with her second foul. Again, nobody's in remote danger of fouling out in this game. That's just the first foul against Norfolk State. Buns at the stripe, missed one earlier in the game, and she tickles a twine on her first this time. She's a 42% foul shooter. Gabby Swinson in. Zaria West out for NSU. Gil Miles, six-time MEAC Rookie of the Week, but she hasn't had one in a month. Bit of freshman growing pains down the stretch in the MEAC. Understandable. Second free throw sits short, and Croker's there for the Carum. 58-51. Eastern Shore down. 90 seconds to play in the ball game. Here's Russell dancing around the left channel. She'll center up, nonchalantly call out a play. Wrap around for Croker, way out of position on the right wing. Jumps it down low for Russell. Russell nearly stripped by Byram, but a foul's called as Byram got too much contact with Russell. Just the third foul against Eastern Shore. They've still got one more to give. Swinson to inbound. Looking into the right corner for Long, who pumps it out to Russell. Russell fakes a shot straight away, dekes in, and retreats back out. Long and Swinson, a full shot clock for Norfolk State, and they can just milk this thing like it's the 8th day of Christmas. 1 minute to play, 14 on the shot clock. Long, now it's Roberts left sideline. With 9, she makes her move, and a reach-in foul against Marisha Gil Miles. And with 9 to shoot, not when you wanted to give the foul if you're the Hawks, you wanted to give it much sooner. So now the clock resets again, and with 55 seconds remaining, Norfolk State can start to put a bow on this one. Long to inbound. Eastern Shore has to foul. They're out of fouls to give, and Smith comes out for contact against Croker, and that's the one you want to foul if you're Maryland Eastern Shore. Croker, the big 6'3" center who stands, well, at 6'3". Her number stands at 45% from the line. Fourth foul against Jordan Smith. Croker at the line. Croker, the number 20 ranked forward, coming out of Kings Fork High School in Suffolk, Virginia, when she came out by ESPN Hoop Girls. Missed the first free throw, hooked it to the right. And with each miss, a glimmer of hope for Maryland Eastern Shore, but they need a quick three here. Second free throw sinks in. 1 of 2 for Croker, and Fred Bachelor calls a timeout to call a play. 59-51. Maryland Eastern Shore down with the basketball. 54 seconds to play. Oh, the Hawks got it all the way up to the top of the hill. They tied this thing at 39 all. It stayed tied for exactly one possession before Norfolk State had an answer to go back up 41-39. They've held the lead ever since. 3-point wise, Maryland Eastern Shore 5 of 19 in this game. Believe it or not, that's just a tick better than what they usually put up for the game. They're a 26% shooting 3-point team, about 26.5 in this game. But the Hawks need some threes to start raining the way they did in North Carolina Central this time last week. Hawks were 8 of 16 from distance in the first half against the Eagles. Timeout advances the basketball, so Eastern Shore has it in their own front court. The inbound is to Hicks. Alexis Hicks from the right wing makes her move, steps in, spots up from 3. It lips out. Croker elevates for the board. And the fouls against Gil Miles, it looks like. Croker had it. Gil Miles tried to swoop in. She got the basketball. It was called for too much contact. And it puts Croker back on the stripe.
No basket.
Check that. Foul's against Eaton instead.
Foul charge number 32.
First foul against Kiara Eaton.
That's Kiara Eaton, our first.
So Croker's back to the line.
At the line,
D in this game. It's been a paltry as 2 blocks for her. Average will go down. Her first free throw sits on the right of the rim, but rattles home. Swinson out for the Spartans for defense. Armani Franklin, the freshman, back in. Norfolk State, 45 seconds away from pushing it to a 5-game winning streak. Sparty on the verge of winning 10 games in conference play. Improving their mark by 1 over last year. They were 9-7 in the MEAC. Hawk basketball, Byram, quick trigger from the right wing. Her 3 sits on the front of the iron. Hicks trying to chase down the long boards, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Franklin of Green. Eastern Shore ball, 33 seconds to play. Spartans wrap up their road slate Monday at Howard, and they'll finish up shop at home against Hampton on March 1st. The final ever MEAC matchup between the Lady Pirates and the Spartans. Hampton set to join the Big South next year. CeCe Byram circling in from the right wing, and she's fouled on a shot attempt. Attacking Alexis Long.
Foul charge number 13, that's Alexis Long.
But that game on March 1st is going to be massive, deciding the 3rd seed in the MEAC tournament. Virtually, the winner gets the 3rd seed in the bye, and the loser has to play in the first round. Byram tickles a twine on her first free throw attempt. Eastern Shore play will be guaranteed another losing slate in the con overall. Second free throw short, and it's Croker there to chase down the rebound. Into the front court, Roberts pushed from behind by CeCe Byram. She takes a hard tumble into the Norfolk State bench. I don't think that was intentional. That was just trying to get the foul call. As Byram's first touch, there was no whistle. Just incidental contact, a common foul. And it puts Kayla Roberts to the line. Roberts relatively quiet today, 7 points and 6 rebounds. She hasn't needed to have a big game. That's the danger of Norfolk State. You contain Kayla Roberts, other people step up. Raven Russell has 10. Croker's now got a double-double with 10 points and 15 rebounds as Roberts sinks her first free throw. Dawkins with 14, Swinson with 10. Balanced attack for Norfolk State, getting it done. Roberts' second free throw. Nothing but net. 63-52, Norfolk State leads. 20 seconds to play. This one's just about done. Hicks on the right wing. Hicks, tough defense. Now Gil Miles threads it out for Smith. Smith, desperation 3 from straight away. Push it well to the left. That was Jordan Smith's first three-point attempt of the entire season. And you could tell. Fouls called, as it looks like Croker's headed back to the free throw line.
Foul charge number 32
against Kiara Eaton. So Norfolk State will inflate this lead on free throws, but much closer than the final score will indicate. The Hawks on Monday night will honor their 4 seniors and grad transfers: Alexis Hicks, Tori Morris, Jordan Smith, and Martha Thompson. Hicks, of course, the 4-year player for Fred Bachelor, as Croker misses it strong. Delaware State comes to town. Del State fired their coach on Thursday, so they'll have an interim when they come into Princess Anne. Second free throw too strong as well. Hicks with the rebound. 6 seconds left, 5. Hawks trying to make it single digits here as Bonds on the left channel, and she's fouled on the way up with 1.5 seconds to play. So Gil Miles will get some more free throw practice in the dying seconds of this one. Game 2 of the doubleheader coming up in, well, about 30 minutes from now. Bobby Collins and the Hawks getting ready to take on Norfolk State and try and salvage this one on homecoming. Eastern Shore, I'm sure Fred Bachelor will be disappointed when he comes over here in a moment or two, as this was a game that he thought they could win, and certainly it looked that way as Gil Miles travels around the world on the rim for her first free throw, but it drops in. And so the Hawks will go into the MEAC tournament without a win against a top-flight team. Second free throw too strong. Roberts there for the rebound, dribbles it out, and that's all she wrote. A double-digit win for Norfolk State. 63-53. The Spartans able to reestablish control late and send the Hawks to a loss on homecoming. Eastern Shore's now 9-18 on the year, 6-9 in MEAC play. If they win next time out, they'll improve their MEAC record from last year. A loss would be another 6-10. Norfolk State now 17-9, one of the best seasons they've had in a generation in Tidewater. They're now 10-4 in MEAC play, double-digit wins. What a turnaround for Larry Vickers. Now here comes Fred Bachelor right now. We'll hand the headset to him and have a talk. Well, Coach, this was a game I know that you guys thought you could win. Your thoughts on what ended up being a 10-point loss?
Well, I thought Norfolk played a pretty good game. I thought they played a better game than us, which they had to do to come on somebody's home court. You know, they were probably 20 points better than us than 10. And we just didn't play well enough to win. We didn't shoot the ball well enough. I thought they played well. They hit shots, and we just didn't play well enough. And I don't think we had anybody that really stepped up and gave us a good enough game to beat a team like that.
There was a stretch in the third quarter where you guys worked it all the way back. It was tied 39-39. It looked like all the momentum was on your side, but a short-lived tie. Norfolk was able to get it back, and they never trailed again. What did that do for your bench? Did you sense a sort of change in the air after that?
I think, you know, they continued to make plays. You know, they continued to find a way to make plays, and we continued to fall short. They mixed up defenses good and threw us off, kept us on our heels, and I thought Coach Vickers did a good job of mixing up the defenses and keeping us on our heels, and then we didn't capitalize or make them pay. So, you know, that's when you fall short like that makes it a little difficult.
I know we talked about containing Kayla Roberts in the pregame, and you did for the most part. The problem is, as we mentioned, everybody else stepped up. They had 4 double-digit scorers. Croker had a double-double with 10 and 16, and it's just, there really wasn't a question based on that.
They got a lot of weapons, and a lot of different kids hurt us at different times of the game. You know, they're a tough team. They got a lot of size. I thought the size bothered us, and they were effective. And when we went smaller, we were able to kind of negate that, but we didn't capitalize enough on the offensive end.
Delaware State on Monday. What's got to change going into the regular season finale?
We got to show up, play a much better first quarter, that's for sure. We got to start the game a little better than we did today. And we need to finish strong and get a good effort at home before we go to the tournament.
All right, thank you, Coach. We'll talk to you 48 hours.
Thanks, Will.
Fred Bachelor, head coach of Maryland Eastern Shore. The Hawks unable to get it done at home, falling 63-53 to the Spartans this afternoon. Leading scorer for Eastern Shore was Marisha Gill Miles, 12 points and 6 rebounds. Martha Thompson with 8 off the bench, 9 for Alexis Hicks. Nobody had double figures for Maryland Eastern Shore, and as mentioned, 4 in double figures for Sparty. 14 off the bench for Dree Dawkins. She was the leader. 11 for Raven Russell. 10 points, 17 rebounds for Dee Croker, and then 10 points for Gabrielle Swinson. The Hawk men have taken the court, and they're warming up. About 30 minutes from now, we'll have tip time. Let's say 4:05. We'll come back at 4:05 for the pregame show, which will put us on track for about a 4:20 tip time from the Heights Center. Eastern Shore's men trying to get it done against Norfolk State. So we'll step aside for 15 minutes. Until then, on behalf of all of us here at the Heights Athletic Center, this is Will DeBoer saying so long and a pleasant good afternoon to you from the shore. Your final score once again in Game 1 of our Saturday doubleheader: the Norfolk State Spartans 63, the Maryland Eastern Shore Hawks 53. Men's basketball in half an hour on the Shore Sports Network and SFMSports.net.